So as we near the end of March, one of the first steps we're going to be doing out in the field is getting soil testing done. And you know, the big thing with that is obviously we're still dealing with some colder temperatures and the ground's not drying out as quickly. So today I'm kind of just walking around some of the fields to see what we have for moisture content and how wet they are, because you don't really want to be taking soil tests while the soil's really saturated as still. It's going to be, one, harder to get the actual core out of the ground, and two, you're going to have to let that sit and dry, if anything, before you put that in the bag to ship out. You want a drier soil block, if you will, or the test itself before it goes to the soil testing lab. So we're out here in one of our heavier fields. I just wanted to gauge how wet this soil actually is, and just by looking at it and feeling it, yeah, we're still pretty muddy and crusty, which I figured. We might try to go do some of our sandier lots today and just see. I bet you those have dried out pretty well. And yeah, I want to get rolling on the soil test here, because we're dealing with a major issue with fertilizer this year, with price increases and potential shortages. So I really want to get the ball rolling. I didn't do soil testing in the fall, which is pretty standard as well, just because of all the leaching that I figured we had incurred with all the rainfall this past season. So I waited till the spring to do the soil testing, and so now we're kind of in that time crunch of figuring that out and needing to figure out what the fields need, what prices have increased, because we're talking fertilizer here has gone up 150%, 180% easily, which is astronomically insane. So what we're doing out here is we're going to get our fields tested as soon as we can, get those tests back, and then we're really going to have to sit and make some determining factors on what we need, what the crops are going to need, what we can do without, and what the bare minimums are, and hope prices do go down and we don't run into shortages. So yeah, so as soon as I can get these shipped out, the happier I'm going to be. I think we're still a little too wet on a lot of the fields. The other thing to think about is that if you're looking to raise your pH, you're going to want to test in the fall, so you can get that lime applied in the fall. I limed about 2 years ago, so I'm not as concerned with my pH levels. So that's why I also waited for the spring. But one thing I do is I make detailed lists for everything. So with your soil test, you're going to need the field name and ID number. You're going to need acreage. You're going to need the crop growing, and then a couple other specifications you'd be looking for. So I make a nice detailed list, because they don't give you a lot of room on the actual soil test to fill things out. So I kind of make my own separate sheet to do that. So especially when you're working with multiple crops and multiple different crops within fields, it's important.